Good evening, partner. Just let wait for 2-3 minutes more. Okay. Once any new participants come, then we can start it. Just wait for 3-4 minutes. Hi, good evening, partners. All of you know that my name is Diwakar Shetty. I head the operations. Okay. Today's sessions, I will exclusively cover the partner portal and the client tab. I will show you. I will run through the live demo of partner portal and client tab, wherein we will the first point we will cover about the registration part, which is the key features we have introduced, followed by multiple reports which we have already built in partner portal and client tab, but many of you guys may not be knowing, which I will run through that. Okay. Let us first cover the partner portal portion, and I will just open the partner portal screen for you. Okay. I'm just logging to my partner portal screen. Okay. On the main dashboard, am I audible? Can anyone just confirm me back? Just put it in the chat that you can able to hear my voice before I proceed further. Okay, thank you. Okay, as I was telling, I will just open the partner portal. Okay, on the left hand side, you can see multiple menus, right? We have introduced a registration and registration history menus, which are exclusively for mandate registration and SIP registration. Okay, I will show you one live entry of my client. Okay, being I am also acting as a client, I will capture the live entry. I will show the journey of registration. Means once I capture the registration, then the client will get an email from the registered on his registered email ID. Subsequently, he will get an email from the BSc with the mandate link. I will show the entire journey so that you are well versed what exactly happens in the registration part. Okay. See, if on the left hand side, if you see, there is a registration. Under registration, there is mandate registration and SIP registration. Okay. I'm just doing one entry of mine. It asks for the client code. You have to enter the client code. Once you enter the client code, it will display the client name. Mandate amount, any amount you can put. Normally, you may be knowing that we keep the mandate limit of 5 lakh. It depends upon you what you want to keep. You can keep it as 1 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, any more. Okay. I'm just keeping it 1 lakh. Okay. Bank name will be automatically displayed what is registered in the UCC, BSc, UCC. If there are more than one bank, there will be a drop down, more than one bank. If it is single bank, it will appear as whichever bank is there. Okay, once you choose the bank, automatically the IFSC code and the account details will reflect. Account type, you have to choose the type saving, whichever account you know. If start date will be effective from today and the end date by default, it will be 2053 means it will be a 30 years mandate because recently NPCI had given a guideline that mandate limit can be only up to 30 years. Earlier, we used to register the mandate like 2099, right? And now it has been made compulsory by NPCI that the mandate limit should be 30 years only. So at whichever date you are choosing as the start date, automatically the end date will be populated. Once you save this record, okay, I'm just saving this mandate registration. It will give a message that submitted successfully. Client will receive an e-mandate registration link bill from Zipnet BSc start to complete the e-mandate registration process. Okay. First of all, the client will get an email from Anand Rathi. Okay. I will just show you the email template also. I've just opened my personal mailbox. If you can see this email triggers from Anand Rathi to the client informing that dear XYZ, greeting from Anand Rathi Digital Wealth. Based on the confirmation given, we have triggered the mandate registration link. You will receive a mandate registration link mail directly from BSc Star. This is the first mail which, as and when the record is saved by the partner in the registration, once he saves the registration, the email will be triggered within 1 minute to the client. Subsequently, the client will get a BSc registration link also. Okay, see, this mail comes first. Now, the mandate which I registered now, the mail got triggered. Okay, to the client that he will receive a mandate registration link. Then the client will receive a BSc mail also. See, this is the BSc Star e-mandate authentication link. Okay, there will be an email which will be triggered directly from BSc. Client has to complete this e-mandate registration first. Once he completes, then the mandate will be registered within 2 to 3 working days. So once he clicks on this e-mandate, it will show through which mode the client wants to complete the e-mandate. There are two modes. One will be the debit card. Second will be net banking. So depending upon the bank, the screen will get changed. Means suppose the client is having an account in Citibank, then the screen may get changed. If he is having an account in HDFC Bank, the screen will be different. But the starting screen will be of NPCI. Subsequently, then the client will be redirected to a net banking page where he has to complete the e-mandate. Please tell the client not to close the tab unless there is a uploaded successfully confirmation comes on the screen. Because many a times we have seen that client is completing at the end of the section is directly cancelling the the Internet Explorer, because of which the mandate may get failed. Okay. Always remember that once the client receives this link, he has to complete the end-to-end journey. Once he completes the end-to-end journey, then there will be a message will come. Your mandate is uploaded. E-mandate is uploaded successfully. Okay. And e-mandate normally gets registered within 2 to 3 business days. You can take three business days or 3 to 4 business days, but within 5 days the mandate get registered. Okay. Once the mandate is registered, now suppose if you are triggering a mandate to the client. How do you know whether the client has acted on the mandate or not? Okay. So under the registration, there is a registration history. Okay. If you click on registration history, there is a mandate history is there. So under the mandate history, you can check whether the client has acted on that mandate or not. See, I had just done a 1 lakh thing. I had not acted on the mandate. It will show waiting for client. This is an directly API connected to BSC. If the client is acting on mandate and he has completed on journey, the client has done the successful. When the mandate is approved, the status will show as approved. I will just show you the older one which I have done earlier. If you see this, once the mandate is approved, automatically the MRN number and the mandate ID will get auto captured in the mandate history. So take this as a base that you know that the mandate is already approved. Else, if the client has not acted on the mandate, it will show the status as waiting for client authentication. So whatever the response, if the client is acting, this mandate will be active. The mandate link will be active. Client can, if you're triggering the mandate link today, the client can act tomorrow also. The mandate, there is no validity period of the mandate that on 24 hours the mandate will expire. It is not like that. So today, if I'm triggering a mandate registration link to the client can act tomorrow, day after also. That link will be open. Okay. So once the client acts within 3 to 4 business days, the mandate will get approved. You can find the status here under the mandate history, right? Where you can get the UMRN number, you can get the mandate ID, you can get the bank details, entire details. If you want to generate the Excel, you can generate the Excel also and you can keep it in your record. What we are doing, the earlier mandates which we have already registered, right, directly in BSC Star through offline mode, we had uploaded that data here also. So if you want to check how many of your clients' mandate has been registered, so you have to just select the custom date, whichever date 2020 till date. So automatically it will give the list of all the mandates which are registered under your code with the status, whether the mandate is approved, whether the mandate is rejected, whether the client has acted or not, entire thing, the entire dump has been uploaded here, right? So this is related to the mandate part. Now, suppose the mandate is already registered, okay? Now, how do I register the SIP? Okay, so if in the registration part, you can see there's one more tab called SIP registration. Okay, now in SIP registration, we have kept it open to the partner to go as per the model portfolio or an open architect. I will explain what is open architect. First of all, if the client wants to invest in the model portfolio, okay, so minimum SIP amount should be 15,000 only. It can be greater than 15,000, but it should not be lower than 15,000. So if I am inputting the client code automatically, so I have to input 15,000. If I'm putting it as 10,000, just for example, right, it will immediately throw an error. If I show it, it will throw an error. Please provide minimum rupees 15,000 for model portfolio. So please ensure that for model portfolio, the minimum SIP amount will be 15,000 for the bucket. So I have to at least mention 15,000 as an SIP. Minimum cap for model portfolio SIP is 15,000. If you click on show, it will automatically allocate into the equity, 100% equity only. Suppose the client asset allocation is 60/40. It will not allocate as per the asset allocation. Normally, SIPs, many clients does in equity only. So here the allocation will be in 100% equity only. Ensure that the gap should be 5 business days between the registration date and the first installment. I mean to say, suppose if you are registering the SIP today is 21st. So 5 installment dates. So you can start the SIP from 26th or 27th. Okay, your first installment you can start from 26. If you want to start from December, then your installment date should start from 27th only. Okay, we have opened the installment date. Any installment date the client can choose any installment date. We have not kept a restriction of earlier dates like 1, 7, 10, 20, 28. Now we have kept it open. It depends. It's the client choice. Whichever choice he wants to choose, he can choose the date. Okay. So once you show it, once I submit it, I will just save this record. Okay, the order has been generated, the consent email sent to the client. Okay, immediately the client will get an email. I will just show you the earlier one, or the once the mail comes, I will show that part also. Okay, see the earlier one today morning I had sent it. This kind of mail will get, which is the normal mail which my team is to send, right, offline. Now this mail will get triggered directly to the system. The subject line will be one-time approval for monthly SIP. Okay, if you click on view details and confirm, so it will show the list of schemes which have been bifurcated. What is the SIP date? What is the start month and year? Down below, there will be a confirm and cancel. If the client don't want, he can cancel that. If the client is confirming, automatically the SIP will be uploaded in the BSE platform for registration, right? Okay, it's the client choice to do that. Subsequently, as a partner, you will get an email also that your client has done that. Okay, like the email will be like this, where you can just view the view details. Under the view details, you can see the screen which all the schemes you had chosen the SIPs. Right, this will the view detail. This will be the view detail for you. Right. Okay, so this is related to the SIP part. Now, if you want to check what is the status of the SIP, okay, whether the SIP has been registered or what. So under the registration, as I told, there is a registration history also. There will be an SIP history also. Okay, you, in case if your client SIP is registered earlier during the post lockdown when we migrated the mandate from IDFC to BSE, right? There were many registered we migrated. You can check, you can generate the report for those clients also here. So now the recent case, if you see that I have just triggered one SIP, the consent is consent needed. Once the client approves the consent, it will show consent approved. So as and when the registration is successful, it will show registration successful. Okay. The entire journey or entire event get captured here. Okay. You can choose the from and to date. You can generate the Excel. You can generate the Excel and you can check how many clients SIP has been confirmed, how many clients SIP has been cancelled and all those. So all those stuff you can check under this registration history. So this is one key feature which we have added. Now under the SIP registration, there's one more feature which we have added as open architect. Okay. What is open architect? Open architect means you can invest in any fund. Okay. With any fund, you can see the list. Any fund you can invest under equity scheme growth plan. Okay. There is no limitation. We in the model portfolio, we have a basket of product, right? 14 equity. Here we have opened the fund to the client. Any cap of amount he can invest. Okay. Suppose if the fund is offering an SIP of minimum 100 rupees, like Reliance Nippon is offering, right? He can start an SIP for 100 also. But only thing is that for each SIP, like in model portfolio, I am entering the client code amount based on which the allocation is bifurcated into our model portfolio product. Here, the client has to choose the product scheme individually for each fund, right? I will just show you one thing. Like if I choose Aditya Birla, okay, I'm choosing just entering the key field like Aditya Bida arbitrage fund, okay, whichever mandate which is there, chosen monthly. If I'm putting it 100, so please ensure that the SIP amount should meet the minimum SIP requirement of the respective fund AMC. So if I'm putting it as 100, just for example, the system will immediately throw an error that this is not meeting the minimum requirement. I'm just adding it. It will throw an error. The minimum cap on this scheme is 1,000 rupees. So whatever is the minimum installment amount in that respective fund scheme, only that we can enter it. You can't go before 500, 100. We can't do that. The minimum installment the client has to meet that. Okay. Now suppose I'm putting it 1,000, 100. It gets added in the below grid. Again, you can go there, choose the fund, whichever fund you want to choose. Like I'm choosing Axis Blue. I will choose Nippon. Okay, for you to understand. I'm choosing Nippon. Okay, Nippon, whichever fund you want to choose, like you choose credit risk fund. Here I'm putting it as 100. You can choose the SIP date fund wise different. Means fund scheme wise, you can keep different SIP date based on the client choice. Okay, here I'm putting it as 10th. Okay, whatever date. See, this will accept because in Nippon the minimum SIP amount is 100. Now once I save this, client will get an email. Okay, as usual. See, the earlier one SIP mails have got came. This same mail, same template. I will receive one more mail with the grade. This is the one which I did now, just in your presence. Okay, this is the 1 lakh SIP which I have registered through the model portfolio. 15,000 SIP, sorry. There 15,000 one. If I confirm it, the SIPs will get triggered. Directly will be triggered to BSC star. Okay, the same mail will come for the open architect. So in open architect, we have kept it open to the client or the partners, whichever, because we earlier used to see that whatever model portfolio, there were some partners who were suggesting that he wants to invest in gold fund, he wants to start an SIP in gold fund, he wants to start an SIP in index fund. So what we thought, make it open to the client partner, whichever they want to do an SIP. Only thing is that for each fund schemes, you have to capture the SIP, click on add button, again capture the SIP, and last you save the SIP. So once you save the SIP, the email will get triggered to the client. Subsequently, a copy of the mail will be triggered to the partner also for his information. Client has to open that link, click on confirm button to execute the SIP. Okay. Now, as usual, the registration history, you can check the history part. SIP history, it will come under the SIP history. So if you see here, I just did 7th and 10th. Okay, so based on the installment date, it will reflect here. See, 100 and 1,000. So this is the thing which we have recently introduced the into partner portal. Same feature we have introduced in the client tab also. I will, when I'm showing you the client tab, I will show under which tab we have introduced, right? If any doubts in this, please just put it in the chat so I can respond it. Or if you want me to run through, I can do that part also. Please tell me. Everybody are clear on this process or any doubt, please let me know. It's a simple process which we have kept for the client and partner. Okay, it is not so lengthy. Many things are auto-populate. There are few features which has to be manually you have to choose, like the fund scheme and all those. क्लिक करो, क्लिक करके डायरेक्टली क्लाइंट को ईमेल आ जाएगा अप्रूवल के लिए. क्लाइंट once he approves, immediately the features will be uploaded. In this, in the next phase, we will be introducing other key features like if you see this, if you see in the SIP registration part, okay, that we are planning to introduce in the second thing. Now, if in the open architect or in the model portfolio, okay, suppose if the client is having the mandate registered in more than one bank, okay. Now, if you see this, it just shows the mandate ID, okay. Here I am having only one bank, multiple mandate ID. For testing, I have done that. Suppose the client is having an account in HDFC Bank, Citibank, Axis Bank, and in all the three banks, he has already registered the mandate. So through the mandate ID, how will you know that? So what we are planning to do that in the second phase, I think down 1 month or 1.5 months, once the client choose the mandate ID, immediately there will be a bank will be auto-populated in the screen itself, which bank this mandate ID belongs. So in case the client tells you that I want to do the registration from a Citibank or HDFC Bank, so based on the mandate ID selection, the bank will be automatically populated on the screen. You can choose that and you can proceed with the registration, right? This will be taken in the second phase. Within a month, it will be live in this production. So till such time, if you want to check out of the three mandates, which mandate belongs to which bank. So under the mandate history, you can check that part also. Like if you go to mandate history, as I told on the screen itself, you can see mandate belongs to which bank, because here we are showing the bank details also. But till such time, you have to refer to the mandate history to check out of three. If there are more than one mandate ID, you can verify which mandate ID belongs to which bank. So based on which you can choose the bank and you can proceed with the registration, right? Clear? So should I proceed with other some new feature? Okay, suggest we have a client code name be available for selection instead of having to enter it. Okay, point taken. We will look into this suggestion. Okay, I will just note this suggestion. But here, if you are telling client code name, okay. You mean to say you need a drop down. Okay. We'll look into this suggestion. We'll try see whether we can implement this feature in the registration part or not. Okay. Okay. Now coming back in the partner portal, we have enabled many other features. Okay. If you are using continuously the partner portal, you would have seen the screen, but some partner may not be using the partner portal. Okay. See in the partner section, okay, on the left hand side, you can see in the partner section. Okay. Once I click on the partner section, on the right hand side, once I click it, we have introduced the nomination facility here, because we got the feedback from many of the partners that they want the nomination facility. So if your nominee has not been chosen at the time of empanelment, you can choose, you can capture the nominee detail. Once you capture, you will receive an OTP on your number. Submitting that OTP, the nominee details will be stored in your partner login. Okay. Advantage of is this, that in case of unfortunate whatever happens, okay, the nominee has to just register empanel with us as a partner. Based on the nomination, immediately the holding will be transferred to the new nominee. Okay, but the empanelment part will be as usual, whatever the process has to be done, right? In addition to this, in case if you want to upload the signature or photograph, you can do here also. Okay, advantage of this signature and photograph is that the marketing image which we are sending it to the client, right? That I will show it in the screen also. Okay. In that, your signature will get embedded on that image. Okay. So in this partner, we have introduced nomination part. Okay. Now the reports part. Okay. We have introduced multiple reports for which you have to go to lead and client, choose any client. Okay. I will just show you one client. Now, once you choose the client, if you want to generate the CML of this client, under the CML section, you have to just click on CML. This CML is getting generated directly from the DP. Okay. Using this CML, you can verify whether the client PO is registered, whether nominee is registered, entire thing will get updated in the CML. This is the client master list. Okay. Normally, you guys may be coordinating with my support team for the CML copy. Instead, you can directly get it printed or you can directly get this generated through here also. Okay. So we have introduced this feature also in the CML copy. Now under the report section, okay, we have introduced the capital gain loss statement. We have introduced portfolio report. We have introduced client report. We have enabled the transaction report. Okay, if you want the transaction report for that client for a particular period or for the financial year, you can generate that report also. Okay, we have introduced the demat statement also. Now, if I'm clicking on the demat statement, it directly handshake with the DP, and immediately you will get the live demat statement of that client, right? This is a demat holding which you normally coordinate with the support team. You can directly get it. In this, we are trying to enable the custom date option also in the demat. That is in discussion with the tech team. Once it is enabled, currently this demat statement is getting generated as on date because many of partners required the demat statement at the end of the financial year, like 31st March. So they give the request to us. Okay. So in that case, what we are planning that like other options, okay, like other option, there is a custom date, right? Here also we are planning to introduce that custom date option. We are in the discussion with Jodhpur Tech team on that. Once it is introduced, we automatically you can see in the screen also, right? So capital gain you can generate, portfolio report you can generate. Once you click the portfolio report, generate PDF, it will come in the below screen as processing. Once it gets completed, the complete status will update it and there will be an action button. You have to open this with the password protector, which will be PAN number in uppercase, client's PAN number in uppercase, right? Am I clear on this? Any doubts? Okay, now coming back to the order manager. Okay, so the report parts will cover the entire part. Just try using the report part. Okay, there are many features we have introduced in the report part. Now, if you want to go to the order manager, you want to place the order. In earlier days, like if I'm putting an order for any of one client, right? I'm putting a order of 1 lakh. Okay. Now, based on the asset allocation, it will automatically get allocated into the schemes. Okay. Now, if you don't want to get the money bifurcated in that scheme, you want the money bifurcated in other scheme. So you can make this as zero and you can put it in other. Okay. Any other scheme you can put. So, but ensure that you are having a bifurcation of the product. So first of all, it will allocate into the scheme as per the asset allocation. If you want this money to be invested only in 5 scheme, you can do that also. You have to put the money here, save it, client will get a consent email, automatically can do that. Same thing, same thing, because in earlier days, we have not given this editable option to the partner. Now we have given this editable option to the partner also. Okay. Now, if you want to place a withdraw order, right? I'm just putting any amount like 10 lakh. Here also we had given an editable option to the partner. So if you see the screen, if it's a recommended product, there will be a tab, there will be a round box called R. R means recommended product. If it is other than recommended products, it will not be highlighted. Okay, here major schemes are recommended products, it is coming. Now, if this allocation is done based on the system logic, add logic button. Now, if you want that I don't want to redeem this scheme, I want to redeem other scheme. So you can make this as 0 and you can park that investment from the other scheme, whichever you want to do it, right? So this will show you it's on your choice what you want to do. But please ensure that whatever amount you are choosing, it should match with the total. Okay, it should match with the total whatever is coming as per the allocation, right? Now under the reports part, okay. Now on the down below there is a report part. Now in report part we have introduced 2 main report to the partners. One is the consolidated transaction report. See in the lead and client there is a transaction report, right? That transaction report you can generate individually for your one client. Means for each client you have to generate the transaction report. We got the feedback for many of the partners that they need one consolidated transaction report for all the clients for a period. Okay. Now, if I want a custom period, if I want to check how many business I have done for the month or for the year, right? So I'm just choosing from date 1st December till date. Okay. And I have already generated here. So if you see this consolidated transaction report, if I open this, it will generate an Excel file for all my clients in one report. It will come, right? It will show what are the transaction, what is the SIP. Here you can see SIP flag also, units, and you can total it, how many are there. For each client, it is a consolidated report, it will come here. So this feature we have already introduced in the partner portal. To start using this feature, okay, and give you a feedback how you want to, because this is the many features. In this feature we have already introduced, which are equity, which are debt, and all those. If you see this, I just open this file again to you. We already classified whether it's an equity, debt, and all those. See, here that we have already given the category also, which are equity scheme, which are debt scheme, and all those. This classification is already done. We have inputted the ISIN number and all those. Same feature which is there in the transaction statement, but here it will be a consolidated transaction statement. Okay. Now coming back on the report part, we have added one more feature, which is the gap report. Gap analysis report. Currently, you guys would be generating the gap report through the partner app, React.js, right? Or you are sending the cash statement to the product Fabian for doing the gap analysis. Rather, you can generate the gap report directly to the portal. What you have to do, you have to upload the gap report here. Okay, gap analysis, cash statement and initial statement, which are all the supported files. It is there. We have already given here what all the statements are supporting this. Okay. So these statements are supporting based on which the gap report can be taken. Okay. Now I will just show you the gap. Once I upload, automatically the output will come here, right? If I open the output, it is the same gap analysis report which Fabian or anybody is using, sending it to you, right? So here you can find which all the schemes are there, and although you can check that part also. So this is the details which is coming. So this is the gap report which you have already introduced. Try using that. Okay. Now coming to the marketing part. Okay, marketing part, there is multiple tabs are there, like Wealth Plus, Equity. As and when my marketing guy uploads the images or whatever the teasers and all those, he uploads here. Okay. Through this, you can find, excuse me, I'm just using this through my Wi-Fi, because of which it is showing a little bit slow. Okay, see, these are all the images which have been uploaded. Now, if I download any image, you can see this image, and as I told, if you are uploading the signature and the detail, that signature detail will get captured automatically below. You can share this image via through a WhatsApp to your prospect client or the new client. So as and when the marketing team is uploading some important information in this, try use that feature for sending it to your client, right? So these are the features which we have introduced in partner portal. Same thing, few features we have introduced in the client tab also. I will run through the client tab specifically on the registration part, registration SIP. I'm just showing you the client tab screen, live screen. This is a live demo screen of mine only. We'll take the question and answer at the end of this section. Okay, let me run through the client tab first. I hope the screen is visible. Okay, on the top, after the portfolio activity and transact, there is a registration button. So if you click on the registration button, there will be a mandate registration, SIP registration, SIP history. That very soon we will be enabling the mandate history also here. Okay. Same feature what is there in the partner portal, same feature we have introduced here also. Choose on mandate registration. If the client mandate is not registered, client wants to register the mandate, client himself can go and register the mandate. So once the client clicks on mandate registration, same details will come. Okay. He has to input the mandate amount. He has to input the bank, whichever bank it is there. Okay. Select the account and start date, end date. Click on save. Once you click on save, as usual, client will get an email from Anandati that you very soon you will be getting the e-mandate registration link. Okay. After 5 minutes, you will get a BSC registration link from BSC directly, as I shown you earlier. So using that link, he has to complete the journey. Okay, once he completes the journey, then after 3, 4 days or 5 days, if he feels that he wants to register the mandate, register the SIP. So under if you go back, there's an SIP registration tab is there. Click on continue. Same feature, model portfolio and open architect. Using this feature, he can start the SIPs through the client app also. Okay, only thing is that once he registers this SIP, there will be a second level consent which he has to do via through mail. As usual, he will get an email from the registered email ID of Anand Rathi, okay, to his registered ID for him to approve that consent. Okay, it is not like that, like purchase and redemption, that once the client gives the SIP consent, immediately the order get pushed. In this case, we had kept a second level of validation where client is entering the SIP details, he is confirming it. Once he confirm, he will get an email with the SIP approval mail. He has to click open, view, and approve that. Then only the SIP will get pushed to the BSC. Other features, few features we have introduced here. So if you see on the left hand side, okay, under the profile section, in the profile section, you can see below there is a CML copy, right? So if I click on CML copy, immediately the CML copy will get generated, right? So there is an option for you to open the CML copy, click on email CML report. The email report will come to the client. The client has the choice to view his profile through the app also, means whether the PO is registered, who is the nominee, what are the bank details are registered, entire details he can check here also, right? Same thing on the report section, we have given few features like portfolio report, transaction report, capital gain loss report, cash flow report. The same. If I click on portfolio report and continue, I can generate it at the strategy level. I can generate it at the individual. Strategy means if there is a client and family. For both client and family, the strategy is same. Like is well target, annual saving, asset allocation, all are same. You can click on strategy level and automatically you can do. Very soon in this, we will be introducing family level report. In family level, we will not check the strategy. Irrespective whatever strategy, if the client and there is under the client, there are multiple family members, there will be one report will generate. That is already given in the tech team, and very soon it will be developed that part also. Right? Like transaction report also, we are given this feature. Click on continue. If you click on like individual, he has the choice to choose the custom date. Under the custom date, you can choose from date to date, request statement. Once you request statement, immediately you will get an email. The client can get an email on the registered email ID with the transaction statement. So these are the features which we have introduced in the portal as well as in the client tab. I will request all the partners start using this feature. Okay, these are the important features which will benefit you and your client also. Specifically, I'm focusing main on registration part, registration and the SI mandate registration, SIP registration. It is very simple, easily on your fingertips. You can register the mandate for your client. You can register the SIP for your client. Start using these features. Please give your feedback to me and my team. Accordingly, we will try to enhance the system as much as possible. Right? So any questions, anything, or you want me to run through the thing again? Or are you okay? Means, are you clear on what has been discussed? If you want, I can run the section again. Yes. Currently, it only allows for primary client only. Yes, Vishal, the case which you mentioned in case of family account unable to register SIP for secondary member, it only allows for primary client. Currently, it is here. The secondary member, see, secondary member is a different member, right? So under that tab, we will work on this part also, and very soon we will implement this part also. Hope this feature is uh, very easy, and you can start using this feature. Entire thing is there now available for you in the SIP part. Earlier we were insisting that you can invest in model. I will still insist that you invest in model portfolio. But if any client is telling you that he is having not much amount of investment, he can go for open market and he can start the SIPs. Okay, you can start the SIP there also. But normally we insist the client that we start the SIP for minimum cap of 15,000. So let it be in the model portfolio. So properly we can go and we can keep it, we can monitor the product as and when it is required, right? Any further questions? We are introducing the mobile app, means mobile is going to change. Okay. I think mostly April or May, the first of all, the black screen will get changed. Okay. It will be clear visible. Now the screen is not clearly visible. If you see in the screen also, which I had shown you, it is not clearly visible. So we are going to change the entire application of mobile. Okay, the screen will be clearly visible to the client. Okay, that I think the new feature which we are introducing in the new app which we are when we are introducing, it is already in the development. Okay, target live date is given in 31st March. Take it as in the month of April. So that very soon we will be doing that. Right, guys. I hope I we will be uploading this. Videos in the partner portal also. Okay, so that you can run to the section also. In case if you have any doubt, you can go through that video and you can check which features, which application, which tab supports what. Okay, you can go through that also. I hope everybody is clear. If any doubts are there, we are still open. Okay, guys, thank you very much for attending this section. I hope this session is very fruitful to you. Okay, just a suggestion, when we enter in leads and client section, there is no back button as we got on the dashboard. That will get it. Okay, okay. We'll look into this. Yeah, definitely we'll look into this. Okay, thank you very much. Hope you have enjoyed these sessions, and Merry Christmas and a very prosperous New Year to you and your family. Thank you.